Slampigs Cruise Control, episode 10. We've made it 10 episodes. Well, our first official episode 10 was last week, but due to YouTube being lame, we lost over an hour's worth and we're left with 20 minutes. So we decided to just go to Post-Edit City for this one, because you guys deserve a full episode 10, especially if you continuously trudge through 205 Live every week. We will get to this week's review, but before we do, he is back, she is back another week. Guys, welcome back. Glad to have you both back. First, Logan from Future Pro Wrestling. What's going on, man? Where can everyone check out? What do you do on the internets?
I do a lot of things on the internets. I host Future Wrestling Podcast, and you can also check me out on Twitter at LoganMyers144. Man, it's good to be here, even though some bad circumstances. Even though this isn't fucking live. I wish it was live, but fuck you, YouTube. And it's probably home late. I said that. But Kristen, where can they check you out?
Oh, look at you being a gentleman. I'm not used to this kind of treatment. You know I'm no lady. You can find me on Twitter at MissMarch1989. Obviously, you can catch me here. You can catch me on, mainly Twitter. Like, I don't really use all my other social medias like that. Like, I used to whore them out. But, no, I'm never really on there like that. So, just stalk me on here. You know, some people are good for that. Or they just block you. But, I'm pretty good at doing that, too. Getting banned for 12 hours. So, just apparently don't use the word cunt on Twitter. They don't like that. Especially social justice warriors. Fuck you guys.
Yep. And there she is, guys. Kristen, welcome back. Hot off the heels of our top 3 Summer Slams video. Nothing but positive feedback. And thank you guys both for joining me. I know it's super late. But for you guys, the dedicated listeners of Cruise Control, we're going to trudge through. Because this week's episode, we're going to say right off the bat, it sucked. But we're still going to review it. Now, last week on our episode 10, guys, the lost episode at this point, we did do Cruising Down Memory Lane. Yes, we did go back to Logan's favorite segment, Cruising Down Memory Lane. We kind of had a hiccup, obviously, with the YouTube stuff. So, Logan, let's do a redo off of last week's Cruising Down Memory Lane if you want. We can just throw each other the same matches or however you guys want to do it. Or new matches, whatever.
Whatever you want to do is fine with me. Let's do it. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, unfortunately, the match I gave Kristen last week, I didn't know there was only like 8 minutes worth of footage of that match on YouTube, so it's kind of good I can give her a new match. I gave her Jericho and Ultimate Dragon from the War promotion, which was 8 minutes. 8 fucking minutes. I remember that match being so much longer, but I guess for me...
Like I said, it probably was, but it's YouTube, so...
I'm going to make it really simple for both of you guys this week, and it might be a little depressing. My homework for you guys for next week, episode 11, I want you guys to go back to last year, to the very, the meat and potatoes of that CWC tournament. I want you guys to go back and watch Ibushi and Cedric Alexander from the tournament last year, just to compare how far we've fallen in a year. Plus, it was a tremendous fucking match, and I could watch the match any day, but that's my homework for you guys next week. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. You know how I feel about Cedric Alexander, so...
Yes, ma'am.
I like that homework.
And Ibushi is fucking amazing, so why not?
I'm pretty sure it's going to depress us to see how excited everyone was back then.
How far it's fallen in a year.
Yeah. But Logan, what you got for us up your sleeve, man?
I got to go with Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Jericho, Fall Brawl. Got to do it.
Great match.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we did have polls last week that was on the last episode that we recorded live, but you know how YouTube is. Thank you, YouTube, for being so nice to us.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't.
I apologize for everybody's that's been waiting to hear the announcements of the polls. Well, unfortunately, Rey Mysterio poll that I had up to see who wanted Rey Mysterio to return to 205 to the WWE and join 205 Live. It was actually a no that came out, which was a shocker to us. Don't you? I think Travis, didn't you pick yes as well?
I voted no.
You.
I did because the only yes, I get the star power with Rey. They need a shot in the arm with credible guys like that. I just think at this stage in his career, it would expose him. There's no way you can throw Rey in there with Cedric Alexander or TJP and not expect him to look like a shell of his former self with all the injuries he's had. He can't go like he used to. Good. Bring back nails.
Oh, and I
Hashtag bring
fucked
back.
up. That wasn't a SmackDown match that they had. It was actually WWE Vengeance 2002.
I mean, Logan,
So
do you really think if Ray came back, it would benefit him, or do you think it would benefit the brand more? Because I think it would hurt Ray. I think it would benefit the brand. It would get eyes on it, but at the cost of what? Tarnishing your legacy. You know what I mean?
See, the crazy part is Rey Mysterio. I don't think he could really keep up with them young guys. Honestly, I don't think he could.
I still let him
I
come
think-
back and put people over.
I think that's part of it. I think he could actually help put over people. Say what you want about the Brian Kendrick. I don't like him. I don't know why. I don't like him.
He's a heel, and you're not supposed to like him.
No, it's not that. I know exactly what Logan means. Something's not translating. There's something missing kind of thing, right, Logan, with Kendrick, and I totally get it. It's like all the pieces are there for him to be this great heel. It's just something's lost in translation when it makes its way to the final product, what we see on TV. Like, I'm sure backstage before he goes out, the writing session or whatever, it comes off well. It's just part of it's his execution, part of it's the garbage they've been giving him, like this week's we'll get to. But yeah, I totally know what you mean, Logan, with Kendrick, because I'm a Kendrick fan, you know.
I mean, he's much better as a heel than a face, but that can go for a lot of people, and that can almost go for everybody in the locker room.
Right.
You know, that's even commentary wise. I think Michael Cole's best days was as a heel commentator. Everybody that turns heel and has a heel run, to me, everything just translates better than as a face. And being around the independent circuit, I've heard that so many times.
It's so much
But
easier
to
to get over
me-
as a heel, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that goes. I've heard that so many times when I'm backstage, when I talk to wrestlers, just sit. And that's the cool part about being on the independent circuit and doing commentary for these shows. I get to sit down and talk to some of these guys, and them telling me, and I'll ask them, well, if you got to the WWE, would you rather be a face or a heel? And they were like, I'd much rather be a heel because it works for me. I was like, I think that benefit that could be said for anybody.
I think especially Kristen. I think especially in a company like WWE with the dirty words heel and babyface, it seems like the heels have they can just take the ball and run with it. The faces come off so shackled and cringy and hokey and I'm not talking guys like Shinsuke, who's like this enigma, but I'm talking about and I don't want to say Cena or Roman. I want to go for like other guys that aren't so hot. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get that. It's like, having fans accept you as a babyface has got to be the ultimate fucking task, I would imagine, if you're in this profession. It's got to be so hard, especially when you're only doing that based off, you're only given this generic babyface character to work with. Steve Austin, the biggest star of all time, was a tweener.
Well, at this point, let's be entirely honest. 205 Live right now is fucking abysmal. Like, didn't we discuss a few weeks back how it was like number 60?
Yep, that's
fucking WWE shows. That's horrible.
Shout out to our buddy, the Prodigal Jay. We didn't know. We'll pull the curtain back here. We didn't know if Logan was going to make it tonight. And you guys know Jay. You guys know how much Jay loves fucking wrestling. All kinds. He does. I asked him to come on and fill in for Logan possibly if he couldn't make it. He straight up said, no, man, I don't watch 205 Live. So even the hardcores are straying away from it, It's the sick fucks like us who keep the show afloat.
I was going to say, it's few and far between.
But yeah, it is what,
I feel he'd be good for putting people over, but to come back and be like fucking, like how Ric Flair does and wrestle every now and again, no. He's getting too old.
I think Kristen is completely right. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you have your good episodes, you have your bad episodes, and we always want, when we have a good show, it's like the fans shouldn't have their fingers crossed saying, please be a good episode, please be a good episode.
The fans at the end of the day should not be saying, please keep your show consistently good. It should just be consistently good.
But it's been 1 minute it's consistent, the next minute it's shit. Let's be honest.
You talk about sporadic booking, and this is going to be a big topic tonight, at least on my end, when we get into the actual review of the show. We say it all the time on this show, on any of the shows any of us are affiliated with. it seems like now it's like 205 Live is in that state where it's now or never. You've got to capitalize. You've got to pull some kind of trigger. You're not going to get new eyes on it by having a fucking pointless tag match as your main event this week. Even though it was a good match, that's not going to get it. And I know, Logan, you're a big Arya Daivari fan, but that's not going to fucking get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, do you guys just want to say fuck it and hop into the review this week? We're pretty much into it.
Let's do it.
Or did you want to, was there another poll you had, Logan, or just have one up this week?
I did have 2 polls up last week, and it was who do you guys think will defeat Neville in the future? And the winner was Cedric Alexander, with like 67%. But
don't be a hater.
We'll get. This is what we'll get into it during the review, actually, because I actually have a lot to say on this whole subject.
Yeah. Well, I guess. And look for more polls this week from Logan, as always, guys. He's always got numerous polls up his sleeve. But yeah, thank you guys, as always, for voting and the feedback. And that's why we do it. But I guess, guys, without further ado, let's get into this week's 205 Live review. Yeah, I mean, the show started off immediately with a recap from Monday Night's Raw with, Neville coming out and Arya Daivari and the nonsense that happened with Arya Daivari actually coming out looking the strongest from Raw, which, that's fine. I'm not a huge Arya fan, but, change is good sometimes. I think they've done a great job with building up Neville. Now, anytime he comes off vulnerable, it's shocking because he's been so dominant. And that I'm okay with, Logan. You know what I mean? What did you guys think of the this segment on Raw before we get to 205 Live, actually? I'll go Kristen first on this.
I thought it was okay. Didn't really... I don't know. Some of the shit lately has been kind of flash in the pan. Like, it's hit or miss. Either it's really good or it doesn't really capture my attention. This one, case in point, didn't really capture my attention.
Yeah. Logan, what did you think of the stuff on Raw?
I actually enjoyed it. It's not the fact that I'm a Daivari fan. The only reason I like this whole segment and all, it was because it was something fresh. It was something different. They pulled something out of their sleeves that we didn't expect. I thought they need more of that. And, we all thought it was going to be just another Akira Tozawa and Neville, brawl. And this time they actually added a piece to the cake and made it different. And I think that's what, booking-wise, I think that's what they need to do more of. Catch people's eyes and actually help put up over other talent and not just the 2 talents that's going for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Right.
And I think that Daivari looked very strong. And he's not bad on the mic. So there's...
Yeah. And then, of course, that segued into the opening segment of this week's 205 Live. The recap of Raw, or not pyro. I can't say that ever again. The pyro, fireworks, this show. No, there is no more pyro. Poor Neville. Yeah, it started off with Akira Tozawa in a fancy, beautiful suit, actually. My God, where's this guy shop with flair? But yeah, he came out. And, we say it. Logan, we have said it, even before Kristen came on board. Tozawa's been the most over guy in this division, flat out, for the past month or two, you would say. And to no reaction here. No reaction at all.
And that sucks because he's not bad. He's over, the chant's over. But for some reason, this week just fell flat. And I don't know why. I just don't see why there was no reaction to his chant, because I don't know if it's the fact that he's not really doing, he hasn't done it a lot in the past 2 weeks. Have you noticed that he only does it maybe once or twice and then he's more serious? That's a good thing to have for your character, but at the same time, you have to have your bread and your butter, and his bread and his butter is that damn chant, and they need to. Oh, here we go.
I don't know. Here we go already with boneheaded booking. Literally 30 seconds into the show this week, we take a guy who's straight out of Dragon Gate, fucking Japan, and all that shit. Can barely speak English. His best work is inside of a ring. That's how he should be showcased. Where do you throw him? On color commentary? You kidding me? This was awful. And I know it's not his fault. The guy barely knows the language. But they need to be smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like putting Shinsuke on color commentary. You notice they haven't done that. Because they give a shit
Well,
about
they put
Shinsuke's
him on.
character.
They put Nakamura on Talking Smack, so we could. Yeah, that was something that you didn't really want to listen to because it was almost nail scratching chalkboard.
Well, I think
Fuck
the
you.
difference with that is, though, that was bad decision making too. But I think at the end of the day, that gets a pass just a cunt hair above this because that wasn't during a match. That wasn't his thick Japanese accent wasn't literally distracting me from the in-ring match, and that's totally what happened here. It took all my focus off the match, and it just made me think of how bad this man's English is. And that's exactly what they shouldn't have wanted to happen, and it happened at least for me when I watched it, guys. What did you think about this opening match this week, Kristen? Arya Davari, Neville. Arya Davari, by the way, getting new graphics on his Titantron. I kind of seen this coming because his old one looks exactly like Jinder Mahal's, so I get why they did it. It's like blue now. I don't know if you guys call it that, but yeah, this
Right,
is
kind
the
of like a
opener.
bluish color. Yeah, no, I did
Can I
notice
say,
that.
can I say something real quick?
No.
No, it's pretty bad that Akira Tozawa was very bad on color commentary.
Well, when English isn't your first language, that's kind of usually.
I mean,
not
I'm
good.
sure
But-
if it's a G1 Climax show and like the Japanese commentators have me on color, I'm going to do just as good as Akira did here.
But when he was when he had an interview on Monday Night Raw, it was actually not bad. His promo was decent.
The in-ring,
And
yeah, it was okay. And the intensity saved that promo. Would you say, Logan? Like if he wouldn't have been intense, it would have been a shit fest. But thankfully, he was smart enough to show some intensity in that. It didn't set my world on fire, but it was better than the commentary. I agree. Totally.
well, and the cool part about a lot of these guys coming from Japan and all that's trying to learn the language, they're all been put with Funaki to learn the English language, which is
Right.
cool.
Why?
God, Kristen's got. I feel like you're Michael this week because Michael only gets laughs out of me usually like that. But yeah, it's,
God.
why not just take him to an actual fucking language
A
coach? But
fucking
yeah, we're
English
gonna save money.
language
Here's
coach.
Funaki.
God fucking forbid. Pay me the right amount of money, I'll fucking do it.
I mean,
Shit.
you got to know Japanese first, Kristen. I'm sure that's a reason.
Well, I'll learn it.
You kind of got to have that on your
figure
resume.
something out.
But what did you
Touche,
think
but-
of the opener match this week? Slam tits. I did it.
That
That
match
is
I
not-
thought was
not-
Broke
absolutely.
my cherry on it. It felt good. I'm not gonna lie.
It is my fucking title. You will back off, Logan. Anyways,
it's not the same when it's not Michael saying it.
I'm
Okay, it's
sorry.
just
I will never
weird
do it
when.
again.
are you offended that someone else is calling me slam tits?
I'm
are
not
you-
jealous
does it
of somebody
bother you?
else calling it slam tits. I'm just
It
It's
sure
so-
sounds like it.
comes from anybody but Michael because Michael just says it right. Not saying Travis doesn't say it right. It's just
Apparently, you don't say
the
my
way-
name right, Travis. But moving right along, Arya Davari, which we know I cannot fucking stand. I know he's a heel. You're not supposed to like the heels. I am aware of that. Suck my cunt.
It's not that
Anyway.
guy's. The guy's boring as fucking paint. Just say it, Kristen. That's
Exactly.
What she's
Like I would rather watch paint dry. I'm not a big fan of Neville, and I know he's a heel too. So this to me was kind of like this.
that is actually
And
shocking.
it
I cannot
wasn't
back that up at all. I
okay.
can't believe you just said that actually. But go ahead.
Well, sorry. Opinions are like assholes.
I know,
Everybody's
I know.
I mean, most
They
of them
all
smell like
stink.
exactly. So Arya Davari, it wasn't a bad match, but Arya Davari ended up winning the account out after tossing fucking Neville right into fucking Akira Tozawa, which, I mean, obviously you know that was coming, but
It was
It
lazy.
just
It was a
kinda-
lazy booking way out of it. I mean, Christ,
well, I mean, look
Davari.
at their fucking attendance.
Logan, what do you think the ultimate goal in this segment was, booking wise, in their mind, to get guys over here?
there was no fucking no.
Here, we
don't
need a fucking squash match. Who can we throw together? Oh, Arya Davari and Neville. There we go. Perfect.
No, and that's the thing. Yeah, when you're trying to put somebody over, on another talent, if you're gonna put Davari over Neville, why do it a count out? Why? What does that even?
Because it's
That
easy.
doesn't help Davari. That just helps Davari. Oh my god!
That will require them to give a shit about the booking of 205 Live, and flat out watching this week's, they don't. It seems like they don't give a shit. which is asinine. How can you have by the way, this is what, the 35th episode the show's run in total. And it's already that early into the show's lifespan, and you're already not giving a shit. I think Sunday Night Heat and main event, they gave a more longer chance than this. You know what I mean?
And this is the thing that I'm trying to explain, roll-ups, count-outs, and stuff like that. I mean, roll-ups is okay, but I don't like seeing count-outs it seems like every time they're trying to put a talent over somebody that's, carried a fucking division on his back, and you want to do it a roll-up, that's not helping that talent. That's actually making him look weaker to me.
Yeah.
To me, it was just Daivari just needed a cheap way out. Cheap way to get the victory. It didn't make him look strong in my eyes. It would have looked strong if he actually would have fucking hit him with that big clothesline that he does on Neville and actually fucking pin him or make him submit.
Yeah. I mean, this felt like a big waste of time. Essentially, that's what it was. I will give credit. Like I said, me and Kristen thinks he's, he just does nothing for us. But the promo was decent. I got to address something, though. We've talked about it in numerous past episodes of various shows, all of us. Baron Corbin's hairline, Curtis Axel's hairline. This may be the most sporadic hairline I've ever seen in my life, Ari Daivari's. Who told him to shave his head like this? This looks terrible. Shave your head like your fucking brother. Just go bald. Sorry. That's how uninterested this segment had me. I was analyzing Daivari's hairline. I was just saying. But yeah, it felt like a waste.
We're taking notes on how to,
I think, guys, the biggest problem every week, it seems like, the line they love to give Vic Joseph or Corey Graves immediately, as soon as the show comes on, is the most exciting hour of television. Now, excitement in pro wrestling, the exact opposite of excitement is a DQ finish. That is the exact opposite of exciting. In any situation, I don't know, it feels like a bait and switch at this point. It's like, we got him. And then it's like, here's something totally not what we told you the show was going to be like at the end of the day. It's depressing in a way, and it ends up making you resent WWE.
Honestly, I couldn't have put it better myself.
I still want to know who the fuck actually runs creative for 205 Live, because obviously it's not Vince, because Vince hasn't even been to tapings, and I don't know how long. It's
probably Izzy. It feels like it's a little kid booking this. But I mean, enough of this match, quite frankly. I mean, this match had so much more potential. I really feel like these guys could have had a much better match. And sometimes I like when two heels go off and fight each other, but it's whatever. Where did that take us next on the 205 Live this week, Logan?
I think it was that fucking stupid segment with Brian Kendrick and fucking Jack Gallagher.
How about it, guys? It's up in the air. Everyone's take it first, because I don't.
I guess I'll take it first. Okay. I can't fucking stand the Brian Kendrick. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just can't take it. I can't take him seriously. Face, heel, it don't fucking matter. He can fucking be a tweener. He can fucking be John Cena. He can be Jinder Mahal, and I still won't like. I like Ginger Mahal. I don't give a fuck. He's
yeah, you said Ginger. Oh God.
I don't know what it is about the Brian Kendrick. I just don't like him. And it's not the fact that he's a heel and I'm not supposed to like him. It's the fact that something does not click. And when it does not click, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to see it on my fucking television. And this is the fact, and this is the reason why I would love to have Rey Mysterio back. If you want a fucking veteran that's going to put over other guys, bring in a Rey Mysterio. I mean, I know you guys might want to fucking heel as a heel veteran. Okay, then why the fuck did you bring in the Brian Kendrick to do that? Because obviously he fails at a face or a heel. Keep him at the PC.
At least his jacket was badass this week.
Oh, that was a pretty nice jacket.
Of course, Travis would try to be nice about something.
That's what I do. Like Mark Henry.
Well, I mean, in his relationship between his brother's got the asshole kind of get going. So,
what did you think of this? Well, let me real quick for our listeners, because I doubt two of you watched it. Brian Kendrick comes out, shiny new jacket, cuts a boring ass promo on Jack Gallagher, puts up Jack Gallagher's picture on the screen with one of the most unfunny, uncreative photoshops In the history of Photoshops, maybe, because they made him look like a clown. And you know what? This got no
Am I the
reaction.
only one that thought that was funny?
Of course you fucking will.
Oh, shut up. He's making fun of a ginger. Of course I find it funny.
I thought the first segment of the show got dead reactions from the crowd, but this put that utterly to shame, at least until Jack Gallagher came out. Then they somewhat cared, but this whole Photoshop thing, every time he added something, like the nose, the hair, it was just a less reaction from the crowd. It was just, it's not working. This post
I was gonna say, you
SmackDown
could hear the
crowd.
abysmal claps in the background, like,
I say it all the time. We hear, well, we're cutting pyro, we're cutting finances. Then take 205 Live, cut your finances, and put it in Full Sail at the NXT tapings. For one, you'll have a crowd that gives a shit. You'll cut your losses with finances. You won't have to spend on these guys to travel around to Raw every fucking week and SmackDown.
I mean, they could keep the cruiserweight division on Raw.
Right, yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea to take it off. I mean, I think it's a good idea to keep it. And it does, if they don't fucking put it on a damn pre-show every fucking show, every pay-per-view, then maybe somebody, and that's another thing that irritates me. You want people to actually want and like the division, and you're putting it on a fucking pre-show, fucking pay-per-view.
Wow.
And I have a fucking mini stroke here.
I love it. This is the most animated you've ever been on anything I've ever done with you. I'm loving it. Don't lose that momentum. But Logan is ripe and pissed off this week, man.
Because people like us who want to see it, who we want to love it, we want to have it, and then you give us booking that just, well, we're gonna give you this week. Really, it's fuck you. It's not enjoy. Newsflash, motherfuckers, do it the right way. Stop giving us stuff that we don't like. Because when we don't like it, you're not going to like it, because then we're going to show you we don't like it by not fucking watching it.
Which is what's exactly happening right now.
And your hardcore fans, Jay, Broski, they always say, we don't watch 205 Live. We'd rather listen to your fucking podcast, your fucking show, Cruise Control, because we want to know what happens. We like it. We like your show. The fact that they have to listen to our podcast just to know what the hell's going on, because they don't want to watch a whole hour of the show, because a whole hour of the show that you're giving us is fucking trash.
It's not even that. You can make the show, it can be a bad show, but if there's effort into the goddamn booking, if there's effort into the characters, sometimes, not all times, Kristen, I can give a bad show a pass. But if you give us this, I ain't giving nothing a pass. This is unacceptable for a division that a year ago was red hot. You know what I mean?
No, agreed. I agree with that.
And at the end of the day, it's most frustrating because there's nothing we
gimmick.
can do about it. You know what I mean, Kristen?
Yeah, no, I did kind of laugh at I know it's not meant to be funny. I don't know why I found it funny. Probably because I was sleep deprived and just didn't give a fuck at that point.
Come on, the booking on the fucking segment was fucking torture.
Yeah, there wasn't anything.
I mean, it's just.
Well, their storylines are so fucking inconsistent. It's hard to keep up.
That's the thing. That's what's the problem. 205 Live doesn't need storylines. It doesn't need in-ring fucking promos. Once in a while, that'll be fine because it'll stand out. It should have never changed from what it was. It doesn't have to be soap opera for men just because it's on a main roster show now. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with 205 Live. It's because Vince saw the tournament, I guarantee you, and said there's not enough glitz and fucking glamour in this. I don't like this. It's not entertaining. If I want to watch wrestling, I'll just watch that ROH bullshit. I guarantee you that's exactly what happened. Hence, why we're left with garbage. Hence, the old man's out of touch. Hence, why I'm thankful he's not at any fucking tapings barely. And I love Vince McMahon. He's one of the most interesting people I've ever known. I would love to watch a reality show that just follows Vince around. I love Vince. But it is time, at the end of the day, to step away. Vern Gagne knew when he was out of touch eventually. The Crockett's knew when their time had come. All these... Eddie Graham, one of the greatest bookers in the history of wrestling and Florida Championship Wrestling, pretty much invented the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. One of the greatest bookers knew... I mean, he killed himself. But he knew when it was his time in the sunset. You know what I mean? It's just... It's Vince. It's And you know what? No, let me finish. You guys have a million podcasts are saying the same thing right now. It's Vince, and then those people that listen to that. Oh, these guys are just negative Nancy's. But guys, it really fucking truly is Vincent Kennedy McMahon at the end of the day. Boo.
I got something to say, okay, and I need to know what you guys think of this, Kristen, Travis. Okay, at the end of the day, when you have a segment like this of a clown, you're putting fucking pictures on Jack Gallagher's fucking picture of him. Okay, why the fuck do you have a heel trying to make the crowd laugh?
Ding, ding,
He's
ding.
a fucking heel.
There it is.
He's supposed to make you hate him. That is stupid booking. It would have been different if Jack would have came out and had fucking Brian Kendrick's face on there and did the clown. Okay? Let's just be honest.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing. The whole Photoshop promo, I know everybody loves because it's the best time in wrestling, the Attitude Era. When Jericho did this with the Benoit Photoshops, you remember that, guys? I didn't even think that was funny then. I don't like Photoshop angles. I can do a Photoshop. Anybody can do a Photoshop. It's just dumb, you know? Like, if someone Photoshops me to get under my skin, I'm going to take it as a compliment. I feel like we're not giving Kristen enough time because we're so pissed off this week. All apologies, Kristen.
Sorry, Kristen. I apologize completely. But if I want to fucking Photoshop fucking pictures, I'll go look on Kristen's fucking Twitter. Because, to be honest with you, things that she shares on Facebook and Twitter is fucking 10 times better than what you gave us on the fucking show.
Stop stroking my ego.
The memes and GIFs that my small children look at were funnier than this. End of the day. Kristen, 2 cents on this bullshit segment before we move on.
Shit segment. There. I made it into a sentence.
You got your 2 cents out of that, guys. There you go.
That was horrible. I mean, it made me laugh, but it's because it's Brian Kendrick. Fuck, I can't even say his name right. Brian Kendrick, that's how you know I'm tired. But then Jack Gallagher coming out, and then that was pretty much it. He ran out of the ring. Brian Kendrick left. Boom, there you go. That was it. Really? Like, we couldn't have booked that a little better? WWE creative? No?
Did this segue directly into the tag match, or was there like a vignette I'm forgetting between them?
I got one last thing to say, Travis.
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? Okay, why the hell are you booking this feud, this Jack Gallagher versus Brian Kendrick, and your storyline is wrapped around the finger of, you know, Jack Gallagher's not this way or that way, you know. In my opinion, if you wanted a storyline, you could have used the fucking storyline from when you guys on the WWE Network had Jack Gallagher and fucking the Brian Kendrick in the car when they did the show on network.
Ride
Along. You could have had the storyline of Jack Gallagher being left by the Brian Kendrick, and that storyline would have been 10 times better than what the storyline is that you're giving us fucking now.
All I can think of is fucking that segment with fucking Brian Kendrick from, was it SmackDown? Where he ran like butt-ass fucking naked into the locker room. With the fucking...
Yeah, and he was so happy to see Stephanie with his...
Oh, I can tell. Then he gets dragged out, which I'm pretty sure one of the bodyguards was actually Daniel Bryan, but I can't really confirm that because the videos are never long enough. But I'm pretty sure one of the bodyguards in security.
I much rather watch Hornswoggle on the WWE Network.
Ooh.
Go into the shower room with Melina taking a fucking shower and chase her out of the fucking shower room all the way through the building. Well, she had her towel around her than anything that they gave us on this fucking episode of fucking 205 Live.
I'd rather watch a porno with Nia Jax and Nikolai Volkov than to watch this segment again. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when this segment was on, I gave it a chance. It seemed like this went on for fucking 20 minutes. I was kind of bored, so I was watching Nia Jax Snapchat stuff with Alexa Bliss on a boat hanging out with Sheamus. I don't know if you guys saw that but yeah, that's what I was doing for this segment. That speaks to how bad this was. Did that take us to the tag match, Logan?
I much rather. Well, yeah, it does. But I much rather fucking play with action figures of wrestlers. I would probably make a better match or a fucking better storyline than anything that they fucking gave us.
I'd rather be in a figure club wrestler group chat. Oh wait. Anyway, did the tag match main event this week? Tony Nese, and here's something. I've killed Kristen. Rest in peace. Something Kristen and I were talking about this off air before you hopped on the Skype call tonight, Logan. TJ Perkins, I feel like, Logan, we just analyzed this babyface turn like a month ago they were trying. Seems like it never fucking happened.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Can we fucking... Just give me a fucking gun.
The disgust in Logan this week, guys. You gotta hit that like button. You gotta do it just for Logan.
Fucking, you fucking gave him a microphone again. I wanted to literally go fucking buy a gun and shoot myself with it.
Logan!
Fucking TJP, it sounds, when you have him do an interview or a promo or anything, I completely want to fucking mute the TV and scream in a pillow.
Please stop yapping.
When you put him on a promo or an interview, I'd much rather jack off to porn than fucking listen to a fucking.
Oh god. Whoa. Turning negatives into positive, Logan. I know it tickled your pink to see Tony Nese in the main event of something finally, though, at least.
Finally, you're giving something that to somebody who really deserves it, even though he sucks on the mic almost the same as TJP. What can I say? Rich Swann is probably one of the most underrated talent, even though they gave him the Cruiserweight Championship way too early. And Cedric Alexander, can we just fucking get it over with and say this right now? You're booking him to be a future Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
But you're failing everything that you're fucking doing.
Yeah. And by the way, new ring attire for Rich Swann, it seems. Which, you know what? That's fine.
I'm not the only one that noticed that. Okay.
I did, and you know what? I like it. And you know why I liked it. And this isn't going to sound PC, but Rich Swann in his undies, he reminds me of 2009 Kofi Kingston, especially with the hair. So I do like the change. I do, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. I think it's going to help
in his undies. I love it.
I will miss the little swan wings on his boots, but I can live without them.
I do. I like Rich Swann's new gear. I like the red. His jacket was pretty decent too. I know we're not here to really talk about that.
This is not a fashion show.
It's not a fashion show, but perception is reality. It's wrestling. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, their ring attire, that's supposed to catch your eye. And to me, when you see a change happen to somebody who's really great in the ring, and he's not bad on the mic, thank God he saves the day on the mic, because if it was just TJP, I would want to jump out my fucking window.
We've established.
Why do you not like TJP? Jeez.
We like him. It's the promos, and they're dumb enough to keep giving him a mic. He's awful on promos. He sounds like a 15-year-old boy. He's not intimidating. The fact that they even turned him heel is just with the same music, the same upbeat babyface music.
Is he a 15-year-old boy from Twitter?
I wish they would give TJP a microphone and all the microphones just stop working.
I really wish an agent would pull him aside and say, look, this is fucking professional wrestling. Can you get some tights that don't look like you shit yourself? I know how edgy and cool you're trying to be, but it looks fucking stupid.
And I'm almost with fucking Corey Graves, the dab. That was so 2014. TJP, let me give you some advice. You fucking suck.
Jeez.
Kristen.
Oh wait, that wasn't advice. I'm sorry. That was a compliment.
Life lessons with Logan Myers. Kristen, what did you think of the main event 205 Live this week, the booking, and did this do anything for any of the guys? And or was this just another Teddy Long
other than the fact that I wanted to punch Logan in the throat for fucking ruining it for me?
You're welcome. Love you too.
Fuck you. No, not nice. But overall, of course, everyone knows my opinion on Cedric Alexander. next fucking cruiserweight champion. I'm calling it now. Hopefully, no offense, but if they keep fucking cruiserweight going at the rate it's at now, who knows what the fuck he's gonna be? Because thanks WWE Creative, there's that. But overall, it was not a bad match. It was kind of back and forth all throughout. But I'm sorry, I know Nice is supposed to be like the pretty boy with his 8-pack. That shit's fucking annoying. Like, it's getting stale really quick. Like, give him something other than, oh, he looks good. Okay, and? Like, that's not going to keep the attention of the guys who are trying to watch this. If you're trying to get women into this, you know, who are newer, like, they're going to be like, oh, look, he looks good. And then they'll change it because like, ew.
And you know what? And I understand Slam Tits is here, and this isn't a shot to females, but if I'm the demographic I'm looking for to make 205 Live a success is not the female casual fan demographic. It's just not. You want the hardcore, snarky ROH New Japan fans for this show. You know what I mean? Those virgin
True.
fucking dudes that, not you, Logan, but those fucking dudes that are fucking pathetic, that just do nothing but analyze, and, you know, if it's not Japanese wrestling, it's not good wrestling. That's the kind of fucking people they should be going for, not single mothers and children. No. And that's why it's failing. Because this show, this isn't a cross-demographic appeal type show. Sometimes that's great.
True.
Some shows that destroys it from the inside out. Case in point.
Well, I'm like a fucking unicorn because I like it all. But, no. Overall, I thought it was a good match. I mean, I can't really say either one of these match could be match of the night because they were both just kind of at best. The only thing that pissed me off was the ending with fucking TJP fucking rolling up Cedric Alexander. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I thought he grabbed the tights to roll him up. Maybe I didn't see something, or maybe missed something. I don't know. But, and the fact that Logan fucking ruined it for me. Thank you, fucking Cold Cuts. Thanks for that.
Yeah, love you so much.
No, don't love you.
I think Logan, at the end of the day, as far as the TJP Alexander feud, they need to stop dicking around. Shit or get off the throne with Cedric in the title. Or this is just a waste of time otherwise.
No, agreed. And I think the best part of it, other than the ending, was fucking the crowd chanting, please stop dabbing. That was beautiful.
This is where I stop you here. One second.
Stop me.
Hey, Kristen, I know you're going to say something.
No. Wait, what am I supposed to be referring to?
What are you going to say, Logan? You stopped us.
You know, this is where I stop everybody and I just say, okay, on the poll, Cedric Alexander won on 67%, I think it was. Okay, everybody wants Cedric Alexander to beat Neville and get that push and get that championship on his waist because he fucking deserves it ever since the Cruiserweight Classic. Let's be honest, okay? And then when you fucking have TJP fucking roll up Cedric Alexander, why should we even take him seriously as a potential fucking future Cruiserweight champion? You fucking ruined it for me because I was actually wanting him to become a Cruiserweight champion, to be that guy to fucking beat fucking Neville. And guess what? You fucking ruined it, WWE. Whoever's the creative fucking control over 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division, you fucking fail because you don't know how to book, you don't know how to do creative. And come on now, if you think Akira Tozawa is going to be that guy, and nothing against him, the chance got him where he is right now. And I'm not, his in-ring talent isn't terrible either. He's great. But promo-wise, if you're a face champion, he's not going to be able to pull it off like a Cedric Alexander, because Cedric isn't half bad on the mic, but your booking fucking sucks. And it ruined it for everybody who's a fan and everybody who thinks and wants him to be the next champion to defeat Neville. But you ruined it. And
see, that's where I'm going to have to stop you right fucking there. One little blip with this fucking fuck up. Thanks, WWE Creative. You're good for that. I don't think it's going to deter that push at all.
I'm just trying to figure out the actual match, like the booking wise, who this really got over and helped. It didn't help Cedric. Rich Swann and Nice seemed irrelevant in the finish, and it made TJP look like a chicken shit. So I'm just trying to figure out the logic of their booking here. I don't know. I mean, God knows we're probably due for another 2 months of this fucking TJP and Cedric Alexander feud. Do you see it coming to a point where it's just going to be 205 Live will be flat out canceled and Cedric will just never get a chance to hold that title? Because that's what I see. I see they're just too little too late at this point. They've waited too long. And I don't know, man. This show's life is so up in the air at this point. Who knows if it's going to be there another week? You know?
205 Live suffocating. The creative booking, everything from the janitor in the fucking bathroom has their hands around the fucking product, and they're suffocating it, and it's fucking bad because I want to be a fan of it. I want to love it. I want to watch it, and you're giving me fucking trash on a stick and telling me, here, eat this, drink this, okay? And you're not, okay?
Yeah.
The 205 Live needs a 5-hour energy drink to get back into this whole fucking thing. And they fail at everything that they're doing. When we have a good episode, you give us 3 fucking bad episodes.
Yeah.
When we have one foot, you know, in front of us,
one step forward,
take
100 steps back. It seems like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we did it. That's 205 Live this week. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty shitty across the boards, but let's go ahead and grade this week's episode. Kristen, what did you think of this week's 205 Live?
Then this is being generous, a C-.
Ooh, that is generous.
I said it was being generous.
That is quite generous.
I mean, really, the only thing I felt that really saved it was Cedric Alexander. And, because, I mean, Ari Daivari, no. Neville, no. And I know you guys are going to disagree with that, but I'm okay. Like you said, I do have to kind of laugh how you pinpointed how when Akira Tozawa came out in a fucking fresh-ass suit and the fucking whole Ric Flair comment, that was actually kind of funny. That made me laugh. Brian Kendrick, not doing anything for me. Jack Gallagher coming out, defending himself. Okay, yeah, not bad. But, I mean, why put Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander in a match together versus TJP and Tony Nese if you're going to have fucking TJP just roll up Cedric? What does that really do for anybody?
So a passable but barely passable episode this week in Kristen's eyes.
Exactly.
I am scared to ask your grade on it, Logan. What do you give this week's 205 Live? Because I have a feeling the word fuck starts with the letter you're going to give it.
I can't give it an A. I can't give it a B. I can't give it a C. I can't give it the D. And I don't want to get my D wet for this fucking show because it wasn't. It was like sticking it in dry. Can't give it an F because fuck, I'm going to say it fuck anyways. I'll have to give it a fucking G for gay.
Wow. G for Gallagher?
No,
Yeah,
don't even.
Gallagher.
No, I can't even go positive this week. This booking, everything from head to toe is just pissing me the hell off. I want to take the fucking show and the product, put it in a trash can and close the lid.
I'm not going to go out and give grades gay, but I am going to give this episode, a flat out F. Straight up. Nothing on this show felt like I was better for watching it. Everything on this entire episode felt like a complete waste of my time. And I hate to say that because these guys in this division are way too fucking talented for me to ever make a statement like that, but bad booking leads to statements like that, and this is the epitome of how not to get a show over. 101. Flat out F for me this week, a G from Logan, C- from Kristen.
I said I was trying to be nice.
I would much rather you give us fucking talking smack for an hour, or the new episode that you have on Twitter right now with Daniel Bryan and fucking see, I'm so pissed off about this episode. I don't even fucking know her name. Renee Young, whatever. Fucking, I don't give a fuck tonight.
Renee Young.
Renee Young and Daniel Bryan called Smacking Talk. And I don't care if anybody wants to criticize me. Oh, you don't even know her name. That's how pissed off I am tonight.
Well, thank you, WWE, for making our jobs harder each week to review this show. But guys, we did it. We have done it. We have trudged through another shitfest of 205 Live. And I kind of feel like a weight's off my chest. Got a little venting out, but real quick before we get out of here this week. Kristen, where can everyone check out on Twitter and all that good shit?
This is fucking episode 10, Travis.
It's technically episode 11, but because episode 10, YouTube decided to be a cunt.
Still, episode 10, 11,
10.5.
10 episode
10.5.
anniversary, 11, 10, you know.
But no, if anybody would like to follow me at Miss March 1989 on Twitter, obviously you can catch me on here as we drudge through 205 Live as of lately. Hopefully, WWE gets their shit together at some point in time. But
I feel like if anything, Logan, we did our jobs very well this week. We got every drop out of Kristen. She sounds mentally spent from reviewing this episode 205 Live.
I'm mentally spent, and I probably would go on for another fucking hour if you guys don't stop.
Logan, Mr. Future Wrestling, Mr. Cruise Control. Where can everyone check out on Twitter and all that good stuff?
Check me out on Twitter at LoganMyers144. Please check out me and Maniac Matt's new show, Future Wrestling Podcast, today on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, all that good shit. Our show is 10 times better than 205 Live in Cruiserweight Division itself. So please go check that out. And of course, the man of the hour, the guy that always does this for us. He does all the editing, all the recording for us. He's part of 2 podcasts, co-host, host, whatever. Travis, where can they check you out?
As always, you can check me out on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Check out Slam Pigs Cruise Control Union Smack, Slam Pigs Podcast, and the Reset Button. Catch me on Kayfabe today and Grapple Listen on Grapple Visions. Until next week in Cruise Control, that's it for this week. For Kristen, Logan, and myself, we'll see you guys right here on Cruise Control. Have a great week.
Hey, you dirty fucking pigs. Mike here from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you once again to check us out on Twitter, whether it be the Slam Pigs Podcast, whether it be me at Mike the Slam Pig, or whether it be our sister show, The Reset Button. Check us out. Also, you can find us on Facebook at the Slam Pigs Podcast or The Reset Button. And as always, make sure you check us out as a whole on Hibiki TMD. Until we see you next time.